Hi, this is the Tropic Feminist Gamers podcast, episode 24, the Queen of Business Organisation. Today I've got my special guest with me, Dani Smith. Hi, Dani. Would you like to introduce yourself properly?
Hi, Jen. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to. So I'm Dani Louise Smith, and I am a business coach and mentor, also the Queen of Business Organisation. And I've been a business owner for 10 years, and I help women in business to get organised, obviously, but also create systems and strategies for ease and flow within their business to give more freedom in both time and money.
Cool. That sounds awesome. So how did you get into that in the first place?
Well, it actually stemmed from other businesses that I run. So I was a keepsake maker for 9 years, and I've recently closed that business to do this full time. And when I was doing that, it took me quite a while to get the business off the ground. So along that journey, I was like trying to get it off the ground. I was making sales, but not consistently to make a predictable income, and that was my main goal. When I realised that I didn't want to be employed and I wanted to be self-employed, and it was quite a challenge. So I one day just like, no, I've got to be serious about this and turn it into a business and stop treating it like a hobby. And one of the things that I did do was get organized, learn strategy and marketing, especially using social media and online. And it worked. And I turned it around within 4 months. So when I did that and it turned around, I applied for a networking leader position for a local networking group. And when I was surrounded by loads of women in business, I loved it. I loved helping them, giving advice, started sharing what I was doing and how it was working. And then one day, one of the ladies in the community turned around and said, "You should charge for this." And I was like, "What?" Thinking it's a crazy idea. But actually, I just thought, you know what? Yeah, maybe I could. And then I launched as a business coach a few months later, and it was just been amazing ever since. And I've loved it. Loved it so much. It took over, and I left my other business behind. I left the networking position behind, left my employed job, and went to do this full time. So it kind of just evolved accidentally, but I've really found a passion for it. I've always loved helping other people. I've always been a listening ear that people can come to. So it feels good to kind of take that natural problem solving talent that I have and turn it into something.
I love that. So you basically started through the power of networking. Would you like to say
Yeah.
a little bit about the power of networking in general? Because that's how I got started as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like networking is so powerful for your business, as you know, and that's how we met actually through
Yeah.
networking. So it shows like connections that you can make that can bring you to getting more visibility, like being on a podcast, like we've been on each other's podcasts, and so it brings that. But it's done so much more for me as networking. So it got me a new business. It's gained me support from my family because of the like services that I've been able to access, such as a parent coach, such as learning about autism. It's helped me improve my skincare because now I buy amazing Tropic actually skincare.
Fair enough.
Um, and it is amazing. And I've learned so much about skincare in general. So it's you always think it's just about networking and sales, and it's absolutely not. It's about connections, collaboration, how you can help them, how they can help you, everybody serving each other. And actually, I've got some best friends that I call my business besties now because we talk nearly every day. We meet up once a month. We're like accountability buddies, pick each other up when we're down. And it's amazing to have that kind of support. And I've got all of that and more. I mean, I could be here all day telling you what I've got out of networking, but I've got so much out of networking. It really is amazing.
Power networking is a whole story of its own, of course. So, yeah, so you do a lot of things, or you've done a lot of things. How did you balance everything originally?
Yeah, so I'll backtrack a little bit into my story because that'll make sense in balancing it. So I had the business and then I did the networking. I was working for the NHS and then I started this business. So essentially 4 jobs. But I'm also a mum of 3. I've now got a dog. I didn't at the time. And my husband's got many disabilities and was waiting surgery at the time. So it really was a juggle. That was another reason I needed to get organised. And that is actually how I managed to balance it because it was either keep burning out and being overwhelmed and stressed out, not moving forward with any consistency, or sort myself out basically. So it was kind of a wake up call because prior to that, I had already left employment to do my keepsake business full time. And it didn't work out. Mostly because I sit around just waiting for the sales to come rather than do anything to actually generate them. So that was a big learning curve. But that experience, I didn't want to go through that again. So when I left my employment the second time, I wanted to make something of it. So that was kind of part of that happening. And yeah, I just got organised, got things going, started being consistent, and it helped and it worked.
Consistency is key. I've always said that as well. Cool.
It is.
So, what's the biggest lesson you've learned on your journey as self-employed?
My biggest lesson is that you've got to put, and I hate saying this as someone who's very strategic, but it's so true, is you've got to put your mindset and self first. And it can feel selfish sometimes, especially as a mum and a wife and a best friend and a sister and all the things and all the titles that we are. But if we look after ourselves first, then we can look after the family, the business, and everything else in our life. So it's been really important for me to prioritize self-care. And this can be things like hobbies that I enjoy doing, because I'm very creative and I have many creative hobbies. But also making time for them, time for myself, time for my mindset work, my inner work, understanding myself and having that awareness, because that allows me to be more productive when it comes to doing business, because I'm in the right headspace to do it. And like I was saying about burning out and overwhelm, it stops me being in that place of overwhelm and burnout.
Okay, so the question related to that, what is your favourite thing for self-care?
My favourite thing, oh God, it's hard to pick just one, because I'm pretty much like yourself with the many things, but it's got to be crafting. So I love and it can be any craft, but I love just having that time to myself to just sit and do something, and it's very mindful. So I do a lot of them, so I find it hard to choose one. It could be like sitting and colouring. It could be, I love crochet, especially in winter months when you can get the wool and make a blanket. So crochet, I do scrapbooking. What else do I do? Writing, reading. I love dancing and yoga. So it's like, it varies quite a lot with what I like to do.
You can't just say everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Loads of it.
Yeah, I'm doing a yoga. I've just done a yoga challenge for Cancer Awareness Month last month. So yeah,
nice.
You love yoga too. So yeah, how do you stay motivated in your business?
My biggest way of staying motivated is I surround myself with other people on this journey. So it's about having those circles of people that you can connect with, which networking has helped with. But I still like people who are kind of where I am, but also kind of what I say is one step ahead of me. Like I want to be where they are, doing things they're doing, so that I can see that other people are achieving it so that I can. For example, I want to publish a book, so I've connected with someone that's published a book, and I watched her doing it to kind of see. And I love watching and learning, but also feeling inspired and motivated that I can do that. And it just keeps me going and taking the next steps. But building friendships and relationships with people who raise me up, because I think the biggest challenge for most business owners is we come into it kind of lonely, because we're going from employed where we've got this team, where we've co-workers and stuff, but then you're on your own. And for a while I did find it quite lonely. So the biggest thing for me has been surrounding myself with like-minded people, because they pull me through when I need it, and it keeps me going and keeps me motivated and inspired.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm the same in that sense. So going forward with your business, what do you see yourself doing in, say, the next 12 months or so?
I love this question because I'm so clear on it. So the next 12 months for me, I'm focusing on community building, especially with the programs that I already have, because one of the things I've lacked, and I'm happy admitting this because it's a massive learning curve, is focus. So now that I've got focus, I just want to be super consistent with what I'm offering to help women in business, get them organised, get strategies in place, but build like a big community so that then I can take it even further the year after. So next year's pretty much consistent and very much samey, but it means that it can just develop and grow in a consistent way that it needs, so that then in 2025 I want to bring people together in person, launch a book, so it's a little sneak preview of what's coming, or many books actually, so that I can really have a bigger impact on women in business and help them with their system strategies, be more organised and find that freedom. So yeah, the plan is just to stay focused, do what I'm already doing, repeat the process, take other women on the journey with me, and then that'll prepare me for basically going one to many and bringing people together in person with many different events, teaming up and collaborating for events as well, and then publishing some books so people can access me at a low price point, which I think would be amazing. Because I have loved learning that way myself. Affordable books that have made a massive difference.
Awesome. So what kind of books are you talking about? Low content or stories or?
Both. So many ideas. So low content will be first. I'll be doing low content this year because I previously did a planner. So I'm reworking it for this year alongside a journal notebook. Nobody actually knows this. So
exclusive details.
Yeah, exclusive. So that's going to happen this year, but then next year I will actually be writing a business book. I'm just trying to decide which to go for first. So either my story or an actual development book, like business wise, that has a bit of my story, but is more like step by step of building a business that kind of guides you through it, but especially for like a service-based business. So it's going to be one of those two. I've not quite decided yet. I start work with my book coach next month. So we'll see what comes out of that. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Keeping up to date with that.
I know, excited.
So yeah, so thanks for coming to talk to me today. Let the listeners know how they can find you and where's the best place to find you.
So you can find me everywhere, usually at Queen of Business Organisation. But the best place to actually come and find me is Business Growth Club, which is my Facebook group. And I also have Business Growth Club podcast, where we have conversations around mindset and business with other women in business on a whole variety of topics, which is amazing and great to listen in on. So come and find me in both those places. There's loads of free stuff, loads of content, loads of tips, advice, live trainings, events, things like that. And obviously you'll see me create these in-person events and books as well in those areas.
Exciting times. Cool.
Yeah.
So cheers to 2024. We're nearly there as well. Exciting times.
I know.
Anyway, thank you for being my guest. I hope you've enjoyed yourself today. And best of luck for the future.
Thank you.